y'all, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a garland for either your table or your mantle. This specific one is a Valentine's themed garland, but you can also use it for the springtime as well. I obviously chose Valentine's colors, but you can hot glue these. I'm not going to because I want to be able to use this base for a spring garland. So I'll show you how to do that. For this specific one, I bought 2 mixed eucalyptus garlands from Hobby Lobby. They're both 6 feet. I basically just zip tied the 2 together to create a more lush, full garland, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. And then I got 3 of these Live Touch peonies. I got 4 of the Live Touch, or Real Touch, I think I said Live Touch, Real Touch carnations. And then I got a bunch of just these blush color roses, one bunch of these, and then 2 bunches of white ranunculus. So that's easy as that. That's the recipe for this specific garland. And then for the springtime, once Valentine's Day is over, I can easily pop out the reds. I could even keep the whites and the pinks and then just add some more spring colored flowers in the garland to make it suitable for springtime. But let's get started. I'll go ahead and show you guys how to connect the garland and then we'll go on from there. But I'm basically going to attach both of these at one point with a zip tie and then just go over, under, all the way down and create this a really lush, more full garland. You can use this, like I'm using it on my mantle, but you can even use this to create a long table runner for your table, which would be really nice. And then you can just pop different florals in and out. So this is just a really nice layer to have for this time of year. It'll be really nice in the spring as well. But I have a bunch of zip ties and I'm going to attach it at the top, and you can see they have this loop at one end. I don't like to see this loop, so I'm going to take my other garland and put it on top and kind of hide it. You might still be able to see it a little bit, but I can easily hide that with a flower. I can tuck in a floral right there, and I'll take my zip tie. Let's see if I can get this done while I'm also making a video. I'm going to zip tie from one point, and then I'll just go down doing over, under. I might use zip ties throughout if I feel like it needs more support. Let's see, let's get this one attached. And then I can add my florals from there. But you can see how I did that. I just zip tied that, and then I'll go through, once I'm done zip tying, I'll go through and cut these so they won't be dangling down. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect these 2 garlands, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm gonna do with them. Okay, so I attached the 2 garlands with zip ties. I haven't cut them yet because I wanted you to see. If you turn it over, you can see I made a few points. There's one right there with zip ties. I used about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I used 7 to 8 zip ties to attach these 2, and I'll trim those. But I just wanted to show you guys how many I use. And you could even this is pretty. You could lay this down your table and do like candles or something like that. You don't have to add flowers to it, which is the beauty of greenery. It's pretty just plain like this. But I'm going to take this, and I have some flowers that I picked out. I have a combination. I think I chose like 4 different types. And I'm going to cut the stems and just place them throughout. Now you can hot glue them into here, but since I want to reuse this base layer, I'm just going to stick them. And we'll see how they hold. If they don't hold, I can even take some floral wire and wire them throughout. If this was going on a table, there wouldn't really be any need to wire them. You could just cut the stems and place them throughout. But let me go grab the flowers I picked out for Valentine's Day, and I'll show you what I plan to use. All of these florals, like I said, I got at Hobby Lobby. Since this first garland is going to be Valentine's Day, I did want some red in there. For spring, I wouldn't use red, but I did want red for Valentine's Day. And I chose this is one of the more expensive ones. It's the Real Touch carnation. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But I thought that was really pretty. I used a combination of Real Touch and some of the cheaper ones. I feel like when you mix the two, it looks high end, whereas like if you only use Real Touch, it's super expensive. And if you only use the cheaper ones, then it just doesn't look real, in my opinion. So these are some of the cheaper ones. I found some nice blushy pink roses. I found, this is another nicer one. I only got 3 of these because these were a little pricey, but I really love the way this peony looked, and I like the touches of red inside of it. It kind of ties in the red and the pink. And then I also got this white ranunculus. I just wanted to add a little bit more white. And also when choosing flowers, I like to choose different sizes. Like you don't want all of your florals to be the same size, because it adds interest when you have different sizes. So this one obviously is my really large, more focal flower. I have the ranunculus, it's a little bit smaller. And then I have the carnation and the roses. And I'll cut all of those off and add them throughout the garland. But these are the ones that I decided to get from Hobby Lobby. Like I said, you don't have to get these exact ones. You can just get whatever colors you want. You can either do Valentine's Day or you can go straight ahead to spring if that fits you. And actually these white ranunculus, an all white one would be really pretty for the rest of the winter months as well. You could easily do the eucalyptus base and just do a combination of different whites. I think that would be really nice too. Okay, so I think first I'm gonna head over into my kitchen and show you guys how to do the table runner. We'll do the table runner first because that would be really easy. I can show you how to just do the table runner with your decor. We'll do the table runner, and then after that I will hang this on the mantle. I'll show you how I hang it, and then we'll add in the flowers. I think I should be fine to just be able to tuck the flowers in, but if, like I said, if I feel like I need them to be a little bit more secure, I can take just some floral paddle wire and wire them into the garland. That way I can easily remove them to add a more spring color palette. Okay, so I laid the garland here on my table. I'm going to start with my larger flower, the peony. I only have 3 of these, so I'm going to put one right here in the middle. Just stick it down in there. And I think I mentioned this, but in case I forgot, when you are cutting these from the stem, leave about 2 inches of stem so you're able to stick them into the garland. Otherwise, you would have to glue them. You wouldn't have anything to stick them in with. I'm going to put this one down here. Another thing to think of when you're putting the flowers in the garland, don't have them all pointing in the same direction. That's not how flowers are in nature. I do the same thing with my live florals when I'm designing. Try to think about what flowers look like in their natural habitat. They're not all pointing in the same direction. They're not all the same sizes. Each has a personality of their own. And also don't put all your florals on the same side of your garland, because obviously people are sitting all around your table. You want everyone to be able to enjoy the view. Okay, now I'm going to start with the carnations. Actually, I'll do the carnations and the roses. I have 4 carnations, so I want 2 down here and 2 down here, and then I'll mix them in with the roses. And again, same thing. Don't put them facing the same direction. Let's put that one in there. You want it to look as natural as possible. Actually, I might change, there we go. Put that one facing. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my roses. And you can even make this garland shorter too. If you don't want it to go the entire length of your table, you don't have to. You can easily, you could cut it shorter and have it more of like a swag than a garland. But This is so simple. And this will be nice with, like I mentioned earlier, you could do, you know, candles, that type of thing. I'm a fan of tapered candles. I think they're so pretty, but tea light candles work well. So. I'm trying to see in the camera where I'm missing. Normally when I design live florals, I have a Lazy Susan that I'm constantly spinning to see if I might be too heavy on one side. Right, I might have to, we'll start adding in the ranunculus, and then I'll see if I can add any more of the pink roses. So same thing, like there's no right or wrong, just you want them facing different, you don't want them all facing the same direction. Just pop them in. I probably could have even gotten away with 3 bunches of ranunculus, but I just got 2, so we'll have to make 2. And then I do see a couple spots where I want more pink. Y'all get creative with this. Like you don't have to, if any of you attempt this, you don't have to do the same thing I did. Just whenever you're looking for flowers or something like this, just think you want a variety of colors, but you want to, you know, find a way to tie in the colors. Like I mentioned, this peony has red in it, which is bringing in the red right here. You want a different variety of sizes, so it's not boring, and shapes. And the same thing goes too with live florals as well. And if you missed that tutorial, I do have a tutorial. I put it on my YouTube channel for grocery store arrangements, and I go over the different layers of an arrangement and things to look for when you're going to attempt designing with flowers. But this was so simple. This took me no time at all. I'm finished with this. Like I said, you can add candles to your table. I would probably do tapered candles just to give it some height since this is a lower arrangement. And then put out your plates and everything else from there. But that is your simple Valentine's Day table decor. I'll go ahead, I'm not planning to have this on my table. I'm doing live florals for my table, but I'm gonna take this and then put it on my mantle and show you how I do that. Okay, so I wanted to show y'all what I do. I use these command strips. Sorry, my mantle is a little dirty. I use these command strips. These have been up since Christmas. And then I'm basically taking a zip tie and looping them around the garland. And I'm leaving a loop because I'm basically going to take this loop and let's see the zip tie I want. And I'm going to attach it to one of these command strips. And then once I get it to where I want it, I'll tighten this and that will secure it really well on a mantle. Okay, so I just added the peonies and I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the table. I'll do the carnations, the roses, and then the ranunculus. And I'm just tucking them in this exact same way. And while I was putting in the peonies, I might, if you want this more secure, I would wire them. And basically you would just take a floral wire, you probably could use the stems or you cut the stems off, hot glue them to the back of the flower, and then wire them in and just twist them in.